Hi guys, well today I have been trying to clean off my desk. I've been trying to use up what I've got laying around, and as usual I have a lot of junk mail. I don't know, brown bags. I've got one here left over from Uber Eats that I use to back journaling cards, etc. Now what I've been doing is I come across a video. It was in my recommended videos on YouTube, and it was from Crafty Mama, and I am a subscriber of hers, but this one come up from 2016, and it's how to make paper flowers out of junk mail. Her punches were a little bit more fancy. I think she had like a 2-inch punch. I've got a 1-inch, and I have this one here that I bought a couple of years ago. It's, I don't know, probably a centimetre across or something. It's only small. I buy these when my lovely sister gives me Spotlight vouchers. She normally gives them to me for my birthday or for Christmas, and when I get one I buy myself a little something. So this was the last thing I bought from Spotlight, and it's a 1-inch punch. So these are the smallest ones that I've been doing here. I'll just bring it up for you to have a look at. I've got a new light here, if it makes any difference. I hope so. Hubby bought it for me during the week, and it's been upstairs in the office. So I've migrated it downstairs for, I don't know, about 5-10 minutes, maybe a week or a couple of months. You know, it'll get lost down here in the dungeon. Wink, wink. So yeah. So these are my little 1-inch punch flowers made out of junk mail, brown paper, like this, I think this is deli paper. My daughter gave me a whole bunch of this stuff here. So I've been chopping it up. It's sort of like shiny on one side, a little bit textured on the other, matte on the other. I'll just pull that wire off because I will need that. Okay, so I've been using that and a Uber Eats bag because it's a little bit thicker. So I've used my little punch to cut out some little circles. So let me move that out of the road and I'll show you what I've been doing. So I'm glad I come across it because, you know, I like to use up my junk mail in as many ways as possible. So this is another way apart from paper beads or paper bracelets. This is another little good idea. So thank you, Crafty Mama, for the inspiration. I will now show you my take on them. Like I said, her punches were a little bit bigger, but you can cut them out by hand. As you can see, I've got that paper that my daughter gave me. It doesn't have to be a certain size. You know me, I never measure. So what I'll do is I'll cut out just a strip off there. Hope for the best that it's kind of square. You know how it goes. So let's grab that, and I'll just move this in a little bit so we're not off. I might have to adjust it. I did have this. No, still a little bit. Sorry guys, I'll get there. How's that? Maybe not. Okay, if I stay up here. Okay, so if we know how to cut paper flowers, this is how I do it. There are many ways out there. I just fold my square in half, then in half again, and where your fold is, the corner, you fold it on an angle so it matches up. So because this isn't square, one side will be bigger than the other, but that's okay, I can work with that. Then we get our scissors. Actually, I might use my Pinkin shears. It brings out a nice little, these are for paper only. They never work on material, so this is what I use on my paper. So let's just go down the other side. And And here is a flower. And here is Chadwick. He might make an appearance tonight. So there's my little paper flower with pinking shears. You can do it with just normal scissors. So anyway, now let me show you some here that I've done, and I'll fold them out in a minute. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I've done a video for a while. Okay, so Crafty Mama used brads in the middle. I don't have, oh, that's upside down. I don't have brads. So what I have made is some wire, just out of bits of wire. That's all it is. I didn't have any thin enough wire, so I got an electrical cable off an old water cooler that didn't work this summer, and I pulled it apart, and inside it were 3 of these tiny, I don't know, electrical bits, and in that side there are paper, like really thin strands of wire. So what I've done is I've used those to make some makeshift brads. So I'll show you how to do one of those now. Like I said, this is just really, really, really thin. So that's probably about, let me have a measure just quickly. It's about 9 centimeters long. I'll fold that in half. I get my round nose pliers and I just give it a twist. Like it's thin, you can do it by hand, but this just gives it a nice little start. If I can. So now we've started, I just give it a twist and make the center of my brad out of wire. So that is that. Did I just give it a twist so the brad bits on the top? Could probably go around a bit more, it's a bit long. There we go. So that's that done. So there's those. So what I've done is I've grabbed 9 1-inch circles. It was going a little bit blunt, so I've used some aluminium foil, but it's not regular aluminium foil. This is from a chocolate bar that I've reused. So I thought, well, I might as well put those in my circles. Now something's not happening with my camera here. There we go. I'll move this in a bit. So what we do is we separate our little circles and we scrunch them up one layer at a time in the middle. There's the aluminium foil. Now this kind of I found is good because it bulks it, it helps it stay up a little bit when you open it. So I've enjoyed using that in here. Well, there's 2 there. So like I said, I've got 9, which gives it a nice depth. You can use as many as you like, I suppose. But all they are is junk mail. And I've cut them into, or put the punch on, the 1-inch circle punch. Cut them out with a bit of aluminium foil. You can use painty papers, scrapbook papers, any kind of paper that you feel you'd like in your flowers, I suppose. I'm going to try and add some tissue paper to the next batch I make. Do the bottom one. Okay, so there we go. There is our little flower there. there's another one. These ones are ones I've cut out by hand, so I've got some leftover napkins here as well, so I'll put those in. Pick out some colours of, it's just junk mail, guys, that's all it is. I think it was an Aldi's catalogue actually. So what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a bit of foil. 6. Bit of brown paper with some script stamp on it. 7. This is a bit of paper out of, you know, when you buy shoes and you get the paper shoved in the shoes, that's all that is. So that's 8. We'll try and, like, I don't centre or measure or anything. We might put a red one on top. Okay. So I'll just grab my pokey tool. Just judge where you think you'd like it, in the centre, I guess. We grab one of our little homemade brads here. Poke the 2 ends of the wire that's left in the middle. You can make them as small or as big as you want. Now I found putting a little bit of glue does help secure, because otherwise the paper will pull, because it's only thin junk mail paper, so it will probably pull through the wire, if that makes any sense. So if I stick that to the front, it's going to be stuck flat. And as usual, I'm just using my fabric glue from Spotlight. So I just open these 2 little bits up here, pretending it's a brad, one on either side just to secure, and then I give it a loop on the inside just so it fits within this little, because this is thicker cardboard, like it's thicker brown paper. So bit of fabric glue on, and I'll put this on the back to cover up that wire, so that way if you stick it in a journal or on a page or anything like that, it's going to have a nice little finish on the back. So that's the one we've just done. So let me open this up and see how she looks. Yes, I'm so glad I found this video today. It was just in my, I just turned it on. I thought I'll upload a video that I made a while back. And this was in my recommended feed. And I thought, ooh. So like I said, all I have is around, oh, I'm off the camera, sorry guys. A round 1-inch punch and a smaller one. The rest are just cut randomly by hand. Doesn't matter if they're straight because they all get crinkled up like this. And a bit of a napkin. Give that bottom bit a bit of a crunch up. And you just fiddle with it until you get whatever you like. And that, and there's another little flower. Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, so this is what I've been up to. I have just been making these, vegging out, catching up on some YouTube videos and some comments on my videos, watching a bit of Netflix, trying to clean up my desk. Yeah, it's just been a very cruisy day actually. I've enjoyed it. And like I said, this light has now migrated downstairs, which means that I should hopefully spend a little bit more time down here. But yes, you can, like I said, you can use painty papers, you can use scrapbook papers, wrapping papers, any kind of papers you like. Just experiment, give it a go. Crafty Mama used brads in the middle. I don't have any brads, so I just used my wire. And there we go, there's another one. So that's how simple they are, guys. That's how simple. So you don't have to have punches, you can just cut them out by hand. And there we go. We've got some nice little flowers to put on, I don't know, front of journals, in your planners. And I'm off camera again. I'm all out of whack. See guys, not doing videos for a while. So there we go. So like I said, all it is junk mail that I've cut out. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have brads. Make your own out of wire if you know you can. So there we go. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it gives you some ideas. I'm glad that I'm actually doing something for a change. It makes me feel a little bit more, I don't know, with reality, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Give your loved ones a hug. They're precious, and I shall catch us all later. Bye for now.